Which way is the common room?
Must be different, starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
Is that you 5th year?
They're lucky they didn't end up as dragons.
I'm sure you used them.
It'll be the next butterbeer. Sure you don't want to try it? Brewed it myself. Hello, you're the new 5th year. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gareth Weasley. Heard about your travels here. Can't believe it. Glad you and Fig are all right. Is it true that someone from the Ministry was with you in the carriage?
Oh, yes. A friend of Professor Fig's.
Oh, didn't mean to pry. Nasty business, dragons. Again, very glad you're here.
Thank you, Gareth. So am I. Are you related to Professor Weasley?
I am. She's my aunt.
Must be nice having an aunt for a professor.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Aunt Matilda tends to treat me as if I'm a first. Still, she means well, and she's
Are you having...
Oh no. I've been perfecting a recipe. I'm almost there, based on some...
Seems you enjoy brewing.
Well, as I see it, there's little difference. Though, I'm not certain Professor Sharp would make the connection. He doesn't appreciate...
Well, it was nice meeting you, Gareth.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
Shame you weren't born
Professor
get down
catches her
there.
this time.
Professor could show you. Perhaps I should. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally. Why is this not working? Ugh! Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor Fig's protege?
I'm not sure I'd say that, but I did study with him a little before we arrived.
Blast! I was hoping he might have given you some advice on non-verbal casting.
Is that what you were trying to do just then?
Oh, yes. Having a spot of trouble. I've mastered the charm using...
A little more practice would...
I practiced all summer. I can cast spells more. I'm just going to keep...
Is it really that difficult?
Oh, yes. And if you don't get it just right... Once, I tried to cast Depulso non-verbally on a goblet in the Great Hall and ended up launching Professor Sharp's...
Do most students?
Not at all. Hogwarts doesn't teach non... I'm simply trying to...
Well, good luck with it.
You as well.
I hope a
She
professor
gets
catches her
older
this time.
every year.
The professor could arrive any moment.
That girl thinks she
If I
can
get
wear
caught
a
in a shot of
ring.
fence,
I'm sure you'd use them.
Protego!
I don't want to get in trouble the
Who
first
does Nelly
day.
think she is, anyway?
Don't fall off this time, Nelly.
Why is everyone so highly strung? It's perfectly safe. Well, hello. Don't mind me. I find it helpful to change my point of view now and again. Once, I made it to the top of Gryffindor Tower. From the outside.
Goodness. It's true, and I was almost killed.
How awful for you. But still. Anyway, you've certainly brought some much-needed excitement.
What exactly are...
That you escaped a dragon attack? Most of us arrive via train or boat, not having just escaped the jaws of a dragon. Of course it's got... Word travels faster.
I take it you're not afraid of heights.
It's something I've always done, since I was little. My mother once found me on the roof when I was 5. Still has no idea how I got there. But with all the strange hallways and rooms in the castle, and everything...
I'd imagine most students have never seen a dragon.
Goodness, no. And I've never heard of one attacking a carriage like that. Not enough meat in it.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
You never know.
New Gryffindor. Professor Weasley's waiting for you outside the common room.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer. Walk with me and we shall put it... This way. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up!
Lumos.
Ah, the guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio. Simply cast Revelio.
Revelio.
And we'll see what the guide says. Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. No time to waste. You've classes to attend. Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the Hive. Our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a buttered...
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
You did, Professor.
My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to him. Speak of the devil?
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the...
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic.
Well, perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path...
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to
Of course.
Good luck today. And invaluable to me, as I...
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both, and we'll see if we can't get...
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would... Did I hear you and...
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her. I will say, I think she suspects when...
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to... We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more... and she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster.
Understood, Professor.
Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to... Speaking of guides... And so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor, why don't I show you the Unfold it and have a look. The map is enchanted to help...
This will be incredibly...
Now, sounds like you've quite a day. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. I shall reach out when I... For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able...
I lose track of the time.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent. Good. Now, the basic. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy. Protego. Complicates things. What are you doing up there?
Feel good.
Now, that's different one. Thank you. This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy a lively duel.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Nice work.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right. If you want to get the most out of your time, whether it's joining a secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough.
Thank you, Sebastian.
Good. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entry. Till next time.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
Fills our stout hearts with joy to be in the presence of such arrogance.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to do the lesson.
Want him to go back to the lesson.
Tried to summon the pepper at dinner.
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was out.
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me! I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree, So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible. Excellent. Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you ask. Very good. Happens to the best of us. That's it! Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go!
Accio!
Stay focused.
Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Excellent.
Watch this. There we go.
Accio!
Brilliant.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp.
Accio!
Here we go! That is how it's done.
Not to worry.
Watch this. Phew.
Accio! Very good! Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Well done back there. You took the loss in stride. Didn't want to go too easy on you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I...
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all.
To put it lightly, I transferred here from Wagadu just before my mother received an offer to teach divination. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, but it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me.
Is Wagadu a castle?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as... I remember the first time I saw it, and then it just materialized.
This may seem an odd question.
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn...
You can cast...
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more I must admit, however, that I am...
It's nice to learn about.
Thank you for asking. I think Professor... Until next.
Of course, you can
A
use
word,
Accio
if you would.
if you're so inclined.
You wanted to...
I did.
Well, an outdoor competition.
What charm is there in... Miss Onai is a talented witch.
Of course, Professor.
Miss Onai is always a... Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction. Expect to hear from me soon.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted to speak?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. Hope your first day's going well.
I've been...
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust... Well, better see to my charms homework, I'm afraid.
If Hogwarts survives the reign of this empire...
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins?
Have you and Professor Fig...
He continues to be reticent about the detail.
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a stream. Regardless, you must continue to build... In that regard, I've asked your professor...
Professor Ronan.
In fact, Now, regarding... We've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your...
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will... You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but...
Can you tell me more?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of... Professor Sharp asked that they have a...
I've never heard of
A spellcraft is a recipe of... I shall explain more about...
There's an Ollivander's in...
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diag... Mr. Ollivander is... I would trust no...
I'm eager to...
Very well. Perhaps Sebastian Saller?
I'd like to go with...
Glad to hear it. He'll keep you well...
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his... Once you've finished Professor Ronan's... No time to waste. The sooner you complete your...